Well, hello everyone. I wanted to do a review on a new deck that I just got, the Fairy Tale Heroine Oracle. This is a 48 card deck with guidebook, and it was created by Sharon Blackie, illustrated by Amanda Clark. I'm gonna go ahead and just do the flip through really quickly because I know most people just want to see what the cards look like, and then I'll get into a deeper dive into the guidebook and do a mini reading for people who want to stick around until the end. So I'm gonna start here. Okay, so that was the flip through, and I wanted to go over just the quality. I really like the cardstock. I tried to shuffle it a little earlier. It shuffled really well. So I'm gonna just keep it separate for now, but I like how it feels in my hand. It's a good size, and the illustrations are really pretty. I think they did a really good job of kind of encapsulating like the fairy tale, almost like a kid's illustration. It's dark, it's mysterious, it's really cute. I think they did it's a good balance of both, kind of whimsical and fanciful. And I read through the guidebook, and the creator broke up the cards into 4 suits. So there's tasks, places, guides, and tools. So let me just pull one of each and see here. So that's tasks, that's places, this is guides, and the tools. I think it was pretty cool that they put some extra thought into it and they gave it some structure. And the guidebook goes into how to connect with your deck, card pulls, spread info. I think they did a pretty good job. The thing that really stuck out to me is they talked about how you could use the deck for journaling and for dream work, how you could use it for imagination. But what was really cool was that you could use this deck to give yourself inspiration if you wanted to write your own fairy tale. So if you're writing a story and you wanted to add some magical components to it, you want to follow some sort of like framework of like the way a fairy tale is told, you could always pull the cards or go through the cards to give you inspiration. So for tasks, the suit of tasks, this is really about like the tests that you're encountering and the nature of work that's ahead of you in your present circumstance or challenge. For places, it's for, it represents locations and the nature of the challenges and the environment that you're in. For the guides, it talks about allies and antagonists in your present situation. And then tools is a gift that you have access to, and how to use your intuition, or to use your intuition to see how you can best utilize it to be in service of you. So overall, I think it's a really cool deck. I'm really glad I got it, and I'm going to use it. I mean, like, spooky season is coming up. It is end of August, so I'm looking forward to fall, which is, I think it starts in October, but it's coming up and I love fall. So I'm going to do a little reading for those of you that are watching. It's just a timeless reading. Yeah, as you can see, it's good cardstock. I'm able to shuffle it really well. The cards aren't sticking to each other, and they're sturdy enough that it's going to take a little bit to bend it or to damage the cards. So I like the quality. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to put a crystal for each, and I'm just going to pull the top card of each. So choose which deck pile you would like a reading from. So for the first pile, we're gonna pull the Well. So I am not acclimated to this deck yet, and I haven't read all the meanings. So I'm gonna go ahead and read from the book. And let's see, the Well. This is the Suit of Places, 60. In most European traditions, wells are conduits for life-giving nourishment of the other world. They have origins in it and bring otherworldly gifts with them into this world. In fairy tales, then, the well is an entrance to the other world, a location where we can pass out of everyday into the world of magic and possibility. In the Grimm's Mother Holly, a young girl throws herself into a well to recover a lost spindle. She finds herself in a beautiful new world where she apprentices herself to a powerful old woman. As a result of her hard work and because she was kind to all the magical beings she met there, the girl leaves enriched, quite literally covered in a shower of gold. Her unkind, lazy sisters leave covered in tar. We never know exactly what we're going to find in the dark depths of a well, but we can guarantee that our foray into the other world will leave us utterly transformed. Whatever the nature of our journey and whatever wonders and strangeness we might find as we walk our path, respect and reciprocity are everything. The fairy tale heroine never succeeds in her tasks without kindness and without the assistance of others, and at the bottom of a well, your true character and your intentions can't be hidden. Depending on how you behave, a journey into the well might be a blessing or a curse. And the question they have that goes along with this card is, do you have the courage to let yourself fall into the unknown depths of the well, and the strength of character to honor the otherworldly forces you may find there? So the way that I am reading this card is that the well is a portal between one reality and another reality, one dimension and another dimension. You enter into the well, and depending on how you live there, how you reside there, the decisions you make in this other world dictates how you are when you come back to this world. So this well could be, signifying portals. It could be signifying transitions in your life. It could be signifying going into yourself, like literally going into the well of yourself subconsciously, emotionally, and to figure out your inner strength, your inner power. So that, I think, is a pretty cool reading in the sense that she ties back to an actual fairy tale that you can look up, and if you wanted to, you could read the fairy tale, you could journal about the fairy tale and how it possibly corresponds to a present circumstance that you are now encountering if you decide to read with this card, or this signifies a current challenge that you can relate to. So thank you, pile 3. I'm glad you enjoyed this little mini reading, and I'm going to move on to the next pile. Okay, pile number 2. If you chose a chrysoprase crystal, we're going to go with the top card here, the Devil. Now, when I was originally flipping through this deck and the Devil came up, I was a little surprised. It kind of stands out, and I really kind of enjoy how bright red and illustrated it is. I think it's very interesting. But for those of you that don't like devil imagery, this deck does have this card, so just so you're aware. Okay. And, well, let me find this. The Devil 104. Okay. The Devil in fairy tales is a malign character who wants to possess the heroine, to steal away her soul. He tempts her with riches and good fortune, so it's not surprising that making a pact with him might seem on the surface to be a winning strategy. but there are consequences for dealing with the devil. The devil always deceives. He tempts us into a path of instant gratification at the expense of our long-term growth and well-being. In some stories, the devil acts as the archetypal trickster, and the heart of the trickster archetype is disruption. When a situation is stagnant or isn't working, in comes the trickster to break something and set the world into motion again. The breaking isn't always comfortable, but quite often it's necessary to make room for the new and to kickstart its progress. This card warns us to be careful about who we trust and encourages us to try to see through the disguises the devil might wear to mislead us. What we require above all when faced with the devil is an attitude of wariness, of perception, and discernment. And the question that goes along with this card is, what's tempting you, and can you see through surface appearances to discern the truth of the situation you are facing? So for me, the devil card reminds me of the devil from the tarot. And if you're familiar with the tarot, the devil represents dysfunctional habits, addictions, debts, dysfunctional relationships, attachment wounds, stealing, thievery, hurting people, suffering. It's not a great card. Usually it comes up when there are significant challenges that run deep. So in this deck, the devil card really is here to represent either signifying a person in your life that doesn't mean you well, means you ill will, drains you. It can signify bad habits, addictions, vices, and it can signify that you are in a challenging situation with a pretty powerful, let's say, negative or challenging force. And so you may need help, guidance, other resources to help support you as you overcome this. Usually the devil runs deep. It comes through in behaviors, and a lot of the roots of the devil kind of like archetype and the things that we're kind of negatively drawn to come from original wounds based in kind of suffering. So whenever this card comes up, there's usually some deep work that needs to be done with yourself, or to become very aware that someone around you could mean you harm. So I hope that was an interesting little mini one card pull for you, pile 2. And if you got the devil card, it would be interesting to see if you did another reading, or what else this card could potentially lead you into finding more about your present circumstance. Okay, thank you, pile 2. Okay, pile 3, for those of you that chose the Moonstone, so beautiful. Love, one of my favorite stones. So what we have is spinning. So this is a task. 52. Okay. In myths and fairy tales, spinning is connected to women's magic, and especially to the mysteries of creation and transformation. Characters like the 3 Fates in Greek mythology, and the 3 Norns in Scandinavian mythology, and Mother Holly in the German fairy tale tradition are archetypal creatrixes, quite literally spinning the world into being. In many European fairy tales, the act of spinning is a catalyst for magic, and so can attract otherworldly beings. However, not all of these beings are benign, and their help is often costly. In such stories, spinning is a test or a task that's set for the heroine, and it must be completed with the use of magic, such as spinning straw into gold, in record time. But if she doesn't have the skill, and few heroines do, then the task may be completed with the assistance of an otherworldly character who's attracted to her. In Northern English and Scottish fairy tales, this character may be a magical old woman called Habitrot and her spinning sisters. In German stories, we might find homunculus-like characters such as Rumpelstiltskin, but the stakes around receiving such help are often high, and if the heroine isn't careful and wary, much can be taken from her in return. So the question that goes with this card is, what do you need to spin into being in your world today? What needs to be created, and who will help you achieve it? So this card is a card which to me signifies a disciplined skill set. It's about a craft or a skill that you have, and in focusing, in working at it, you are able to create something, right? This is like creation energy. So the spinning, just like the book said, kind of harkens back to this old world method of spinning to create, thread or yarn in order to weave, right? You weave clothes, you weave blankets, you weave textiles and tapestries. And so you're in the process of usually, creating something through action, right? But this takes on a bit more of like a magical touch to it because you're spinning. So you're spinning something into something else, and that's transmutation. So if you received this card, if you're working on something like a skill set, you're trying to create something, artwork, or you're trying to create something to, let's say, put online, like a video, or you want to start something new, dip into your inner world with spinning, dip into your innate skill sets, and for the knowledge that you don't have, look for an ally to help support you. Look up information, look to someone who may have a skill set which you can go and learn from, or even just have a conversation from and learn from them. And then you're able to utilize your skills better to use your discipline and your practice to create something. So I hope that was a cute little mini reading for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much. And I hope that whatever you decide to spin comes to fruition in the way that you want best. Okay, so if you are still here at the end of the video, I just wanted to say that I think that this Oracle deck it's a cute deck. I like it. I think the box is beautiful. I think it's well made. It's definitely a deck that I would use to supplement another deck. I don't know whether I would typically only use this by itself. I think this would be an incredible addition to another deck. So if you're reading with tarot, you can add a fairy tale heroine card to your reading or cards to your reading, or you could combine this deck with other oracle decks, let's say, to do like a multifaceted reading. So in conclusion, I think it's a really cool deck, and I think I am going to try some of the journaling stuff that they went through in the guidebook, and I'm going to read through the rest of the guidebook. I think it's been well written, and if this is something that you think you would like, I think I got this off of hayhouse.com. So you guys can go check it out there, and it just came out. So it's a brand new deck that hopefully we'll see on the shelves at like Barnes & Noble if you like going to your local store to get it. Okay. Well, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Fairy Tale Heroine Oracle, and have a lovely day. Bye, guys.